hello there, Maverick traders. It is Thursday, November 9th. This is Rob Reinhold, and I'm going to be taking you into the weekend. So let's get into it. In this session, we're going to take a look back at the day, what happened. We had a bad 30-year bond that really put the stock market on its heels. We're going to see, did we get a change in our current market analysis? Did this down move have any effect whatsoever on our technical outlook? And of course, we're always looking for trades because we can go long, we can go short, we can be sideways. It doesn't matter with options. We can trade in any market condition. We just have to recognize what the market conditions are.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional stock and option traders. Maverick Trading is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
We had the first down day we've seen in a while. Actually, this was the 9th day from the bottom, and it was the first pullback we've had in 9 days. Now we pull back to the 50-day moving average on the S&P. The NASDAQ still is quite a ways above it. What happened during the day? This actually started out as a decent day. Right at 11, we got the 30-year bond auction that ended up being really not all that good. Not a lot of people wanted to buy bonds, which caused the price of bonds to plummet, which means the yields go up, which the stock market right now does not want yields to go up anymore. We got all the way down to like 4.5, and we've bounced back up to 4.6. Now look, this is a far cry from where we were like 2 weeks ago when we were knocking on the door of 5. 4.6 is just fine. The market's worried it's going to go a little bit more. So as you can see here, the Dow down 0.65, S&P down 0.8, Q's down almost 1%, Russell just the worst thing still. It's underperforming everything. Oil and gold flat. Oil back down to the $76 mark. That's nice to see for consumers. If we take a look at the internals of the market, we can see it was 3 out of 4 stocks went down today, but take a look at that 50-day moving average. Even though these markets have had a nice bounce, 65% of all stocks are still trading under their 50-day moving average, so it's still showing more bearishness than bullishness. Let's jump into the chart and see where we are. Now look, today was an ugly day. Today we gapped up in the morning and just sold off all day long till the close. Now look, this is an ugly day. It's a big fat red candle. These are always a little bit painful if you're long. But take a look at where we are and where we've come from. Earlier this week, maybe it was last weekend, I said on this day, what I would love to see is a pause. I want to see a base or a pullback. So I actually said the words, if I could script out what happened this week, is that we would either base or pull back and see, are there buyers underneath? Now, there were buyers underneath on Monday. There were buyers underneath on Tuesday. There were buyers underneath on Wednesday. Long lower shadows. They weren't there today. So the big question is, are we going to hold or are we going to fall apart? Here's my opinion. I don't know. I know. What a great opinion, huh? Look, I've been doing this for so long. Look, we have no idea what's going to happen. But if you're taking a look at where you should be, we are at the 50-period moving average. The 50-period moving average for us at Maverick is basically the line in the sand between net bullish and net bearish. So at this point, it's there. You should not be net bullish or net bearish. And you can see if we break down below this, now we want to start saying, okay, maybe a little bit more bearishness, but not a ton. If we hold this level and break out to the upside, then we can say, hey, we need to add on more bullishness. But at this point right here, right now, I got exactly what I wanted because I do believe that this was the bottom. I do believe that was the bottom. Now look, that's my opinion. I've been wrong a ton of times, and if that's not the bottom, I'll tell you, hey, I was wrong. But I'm looking at this saying, okay, that was the bottom. I want to be more long than short here, but when to get there, how to get there, that's really the question. I'm in no rush after this huge run of jumping into a bunch of bullish trades. I don't want to do that yet because remember what I said, I wanted a pullback this week to see if the buyers were there. If we can hold Friday and maybe Monday, we can hold, then I think you can start to get a little bit more optimistic on the market. If we have another red candle tomorrow and a red candle next week, I think you've really got to call into question that we're at least going to go head back down to 42.20 here on the markets. Now, again, this could be a reverse head and shoulders. Who knows? I really kind of hate these patterns because, look, they can do this, they can not do it, they can do whatever they want. But at this point, if we have another day or two of weakness, I think you've got to say, hey, this market's probably headed back down to 42.20 for a test of the next support level. If it can hold up in here for a couple days, then I think you're going to see the animal spirits come into the market, and we could definitely get an end of the year run while people are putting the money. There is a lot of money on the sidelines out there. We come over here to the NASDAQ, and it is just looking way, way better. Way better. We poked our head up above it. The NASDAQ could pull back a couple of days, and it would still be super bullish. This is why I am a little bit more bullish than bearish, because when you take a look at things like the NASDAQ, it looks bullish. Now, granted, I could pull up the Russell. The Russell looks like absolute garbage right now. The Russell looks bad. So yes, some of the market looks good, some of the market looks bad, and that reflects right where we are here. We're at a zero. We're at a zero on our market call. That's what you get at a zero. Zero doesn't mean that everything is in the middle. It means that some things are in the middle, some things are strong, some things are weak, but there's no clear delineation on which one is it, long or short. If we jump in here to the heat map, just a lot of red and pretty intense red. There were some areas that got really hit. Healthcare, biotech got absolutely destroyed today. Absolutely destroyed. Tesla got taken out and shot. Everything else was pretty much just a little bit up, a little bit down. The question is, does this change our outlook? And right here, right now, the answer is no. Right here, right now, we're above the 20. We're at the 50, and the slope is going sideways. We're at, again, just mildly bullish. But again, it's way too early after a run like this to put on any sort of bullishness. I'm sitting here waiting for the next couple days. If we can hold up in here, I think we will get a rally next week that takes us out and above and makes it much more clear that this is more bullish and bearish. If we get another red candle tomorrow that closes on the lows, I think you need to start looking at 42.20 as a very likely target for this market to go. As you can see, my call is not clear. It's clear, but it's not definitive. I don't know. I think I could flip a coin and be just as accurate as me giving you my opinion. That's where I think the market is right now. If this market holds up for 2 more days, I think we're going to see a lot more money come into this market from people having to put money to work. If not, heading down 42.20. Let's take a look at some potential trades.
Many people are unfamiliar with exactly what proprietary trading is. Prop trading is when a private firm hires traders like you to trade with their capital. Those traders are paid a percentage of the profits that they generate for the firm. Profitable traders are awarded higher and higher levels of capital to trade so they can take bigger positions and make more money. We've been in business for over 25 years, and we're one of the oldest prop firms based in the USA. If you would like to look into being a trader for Maverick, look in the video description below and click on the trader position to apply.
I don't have any neutral trades here because, look, I like neutral trades to be put on when the market's not going anywhere, not when it's on the edge of a cliff. It's going to go one way or the other pretty strong. This is not the time I like to put on sideways stuff. I like to put on more directional stuff, and I found great directional stuff on both longs and shorts. So let's talk about the first one. I've been watching this one. This is US Steel. This thing has been rock solid. It has moved up from the 30 all the way up to 34, pulled back, made a run. Okay, we would expect that this is going to pull back to this support line, but you can see here it's being very, very stubborn. I look at stuff like this. When the markets take a big dip, I take a look at what's stubborn, what's very, very stubborn. It's coming down, and this is the one. Right now, the stock's at $34. I like a 32-34 diagonal call spread, and selling tomorrow's 34. And then by the end of the day, you can have a total redo of what you want to do. If tomorrow is an up day, and it's a little bit of an up day, you'll have a nice little profit. If it's a big up day, you just dump it and you made a little bit of money for one day. And if it hangs out in here, you get to decide, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to roll to the next week's 34 call? Because again, you're going to buy that 32 at least a couple of weeks out. Diagonal call spread is the way to play this. Very, very mildly bullish at best. Next up is Adobe. Now, I came across this Adobe chart. It is absolutely not ready to go, but just a really good technical pattern. We had a clear breakout on some good volume. This is in a stock or a stock market that is well off its highs. This thing is at its highs and pulling back. So let's let it pull back, probably pull back into this 565 to 570 area. That's the area I want to start looking for a bull. So this one is not ready to go yet, but I really like this one as far as outperformance goes in the market. And there's a ton of great shorts out there. This is my favorite. Sorry, Nordstrom. You have just been basing. And finally, this is what I love about bases. They come down, they bounce. It's like bouncing on a table. And then at the end of the table, they fall right off. And you can see nice candle breakdown. I'm looking again. I'm not looking to be super bearish here. I'm looking at 13. That is not all that bearish at all. 13, 14, bear call spread. I'm going to get in about 50 cents. I'll have 50 cents of risk. It'll be a 1-to-1 trade, 50-50 win-loss. But again, I don't want to be super bearish here either because I really don't know which way the market is going to be going. Let's wrap it up and look at tomorrow. Now, I had this when I did this last Thursday. So I had can't get ultra bullish until it holds above the 50. I did not change this from my market roundup from last Thursday. I'm still there. We cannot get ultra bullish until we hold above our 50 moving average. And if we break, hey, you know what? We got to reevaluate. But at this point, we have to see this market hold before we can get any more bullish on it. We have consumer sentiment tomorrow. No one's going to care about that. We have a few earnings. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll be doing the trading room over the weekend. We'll have one more candle. I'll update you on my opinion. But at this point, I'm at a 0. And again, it's not a 0 of, ooh, the market's not going anywhere. It's a 0 of, hey, it's either going to go, we're on a peak here. We're going to fall off one way or the other. Which way is it going to be? I don't know yet. I'm very, very patient. So I'll wait and see where it's going to go. And then I'll put on some trades in size. Until then, I think you just sit and watch. And again, the trade you have on, I have some bearish trades on that did really well today. The bullish ones struggled a little bit. But again, I'm at a net 0 on my net delta. So the last 2 days have been great. This one's been okay. That's exactly where you want to be. Thanks for joining me. That's Market Recap. Goodbye, everyone.